2025 NFL draft is in the books, and the Chargers have 9 new players in the fold as rookies. So I'm going to break down the last 3 picks in round 6 and 7 and what I feel like those players are going to do and how they're going to impact the Chargers in their rookie season. Let's get into it. All right. If you've been watching the channel all week, I've been breaking down our draft picks for the Chargers in rounds 1 through 5. Now I'm going to get into rounds 6 and 7 and the guys they picked up in those rounds. As I alluded to earlier, they did give up 2 6th-round picks to move up in the 5th round and get a 2nd, 5th overall pick in the draft. So we had 2 5ths instead of 4 6. So that was actually pretty good. I like the player that they got. If you haven't been check that video out, please do so, and as well as other videos on the channel. Hit that subscribe button to let everybody know I'm in Chargers land that the most electrifying podcast in the land is here to stay. But yes, let's talk about our picks for round 6 and 7. We got 2 picks in round 6 and 1 and 7. So let's jump right into it and talk about these gentlemen and let you know how I feel about these particular picks and what impact they may or may not have in 2025. So starting off with the 6th round pick. The first one they got in the 6th round, I believe it's Branson Taylor is how you pronounce his first name. Some people call him Brandon, but it's Branson Taylor. Also tackle out of Pittsburgh. Now I might say, I might be the first to say that Harbaugh and Ortiz went deep into the crates on this one. I personally wanted Jake Majors at this pick at the center out of Texas. I think he would have fit marvelously in to the Chargers fold and have been the future center for the team. But if you want to take offensive lineman, I would have took Jake Majors. That's just my take on it. If you've been watching my content, you know how I feel about Jake. I've marked him quite a few times, and I think that he went strangely undrafted, and the Bucs quickly swooped in. They picked him up as a UDFA, undrafted free agent. That's the 2nd time Tampa you stole a UDFA that I wanted. Sean Tucker was the first. I wanted him to get landed with the Chargers, but y'all swooped in and took him. You took Jake Majors too. I'm watching y'all. Nonetheless, I digress. The pick has me ranting because I didn't know what to make of it, in all honesty. And when we were talking about Branson Taylor here, again, he's a big man, you know, with 6'6", 330 pounds. But if you look on most, you know, popular websites, PFF, Draft Buzz, and any other popular ones that cover NFL draft news and college prospects, they have anything noteworthy on this guy, which is odd. And it's actually telling me they did not value him as a draft pick at all in most people's book and most people's evaluation. So outside of his size, honestly, I'm scratching my head on this pick. I really am. I know it's the 6th round, and you know we're not, you know, we're playing carnival games at this point. You know, you don't know if you're going to, you know, the hit rate shouldn't be as high. But unless they know something that I don't, then this might have been a throwaway pick. In all honesty, I mean, again, like I said, the guy's 6'6", 330 pounds. They don't grow in trees, and he's projected to be a guard, not a tackle, which he played at Pittsburgh. But you know, can he move people in the run game for starters? That's probably the most primary reason why they may or may not have something here. So we'll see how that goes when he gets to the NFL level and starts going against these NFL guys. But again, I'm scratching my head at this pick in all honesty, because unless they plan on moving on from Salyer and or Pipkins, it's a long shot for him to make the 53-man roster in all honesty, because they're already paying these guys the aforementioned guys that I just named. So, I mean, but hey, you know, maybe they see something in the kid that I don't, and maybe he has the time to develop. He will be a NFL starter, but I'm not going to hold my breath in all honesty. So that's my take on Branson Taylor. But moving on, and that leads me to my next pick. Now, this pick I have a completely, utterly different opinion on. You know, and how many times, if you've been watching my content, have you seen RJ Mickens pop up on my mock drafts, either on social media that I've been posting and or on the channel? Now, I don't understand, you know, why he was projected so low in a day 3 guy, but I said it before and I say it again. I just don't understand why, but the kid can play. You know, he has a skill set that most defense coordinators want these days, versatile defenders. He can play in the slot, covering wide receivers and tight ends. He can play in the box against the run. He can play deep safety. Extremely athletic on top of that. I mean, that's just the icing on the cake, you know, on top of his intellect. 4'4" speed guy at the safety spot. I mean, who wouldn't want that at 6 foot, 200 pounds? I mean, come on. I mean, he is the prototypical safety. He's the prototypical safety. He really is. And like I said, I don't understand exactly why everybody had mocked him falling deep into the in day 3, but it's here and the Chargers jumped on it, and I am happy about it. I'll literally pound the table for him and Malachi Moore to be drafted by the Chargers in the late rounds, and we got one of them. And I'm very happy about RJ Mickens being picked there. Again, if you do what you're supposed to do and you mold this kid right, now he has the fit and the build to be an NFL safety, and alongside the safety group we have already, I'm very excited to see what this kid can do. I really am. I really am. And I understand he has a little bit of inconsistencies here and there he needs to clean up, but again, very minuscule in things that you need to clean up and get right for him to be an impact player on defense. But listen, I'm gonna give you a hot take. I really am, because if they mold him right, like I said, he's going to take Alohi Gilman's spot on his roster. I'm calling it. Gilman's lack of cover skills and athletic talent is definitely, fails in comparison to this kid. This kid has a leg up on him of athleticism, size, grittiness, intellect out of college. Now we're talking Alohi Gilman's been in the league for quite some time, and I think this kid supersedes him in all categories already. So if you had to make I guess you can say a cut day call, I'm taking RJ Mickens. If it's close, I'm taking RJ Mickens over Alohi Gilman as far as cutting. And Alohi Gilman's on the last year of his deal. So if you get him in the room with the likes of Derwin James, Elijah Molden, Tony Jefferson, and him, I think this and play multiple sets and be able to move these guys all around. I think they're going to give play callers and quarterback fits all season long. I really do. Like I said, if it comes down to cut day and it's close between RJ and Gilman, I'm cutting Gilman, and youth will win. It will. Again, the tie goes to the youth. That's what I'm saying it right here, right now. So I'm telling you right now, look out for RJ Mickens to be an impact player. I really like his game. Look at his film. Check him on the YouTube. It's a YouTube channel. It's not an ad, but Just Bomb Production does really good coverage on NFL, on college players. They're going to the NFL, so check that out. The kid is amazing in coverage. He really is. He does it all. So I don't understand why he was a 6th round pick, but I'm glad he's a Charger for sure. So, again, I give this grade, especially for a 6th round pick, I give it an A-. Definitely that. Definitely give it a grade of A-. It can't be having him at that grade. I mean, the kid had a 92.3 overall PFF grade for his entire college career. I mean, come on. I don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me why he fell this far, but I'm happy he's a Charger. That's all I can really say. All right, so round it out. Let's talk about the 7th round pick. I hope I don't butcher his first name. Trequez Bridges. I'm going to say T. Bridges. I'm going to probably preface it by saying that T. Bridges, so I don't butcher his first name too much. But 7th round pick, 6'2", 200-pound corner, runs a 4.4, suspected 4.4 time. Florida Gator. Play cornerback for them. Now, it's interesting to me about him is that the I guess you can say the listings in his draft profile has him listed as a safety, which again, ESPN, a few other things have him listed as a safety, but he played corner for the Florida Gators. So I'm seeing a theme here with Jesse Minter in these DBs, right? Long, athletic, rangy ball hawking guys that can, primarily play well in zone. And create a wall, tall defenders that is hard to throw around and get past in the secondary. He really wants to play a lot of coverage and play a lot of zone coverage and just build a wall of long, rangy, athletic players where you can't throw the ball at them or around them or over them. So I think that's where his theme is, where he wants to go. I mean, you look at the likes of who we got in Tarheem Steele, Cam Hart, they're tall, rangy corners. You went out and got Benjamin St. Juice, who's another tall 6'3" corner, over 200 pounds. So and his guy's another bit. I mean, we talked about RJ Mickens in the previous segment. He's 6 foot. Then this kid's another one, 6'2", 200 pounds. Like I said, it's suspected to run a 4.4 40, jump 34 inches invert. So again, he's definitely going to get in some weight in some passes, and but he's definitely as where he was drafted is going to be a uphill climb to say the least. Because if you looked at the cornerback room, it's crowded. It's crowded. Again, the kid has a lot of athleticism. I looked at this film a little bit, and he has a lot of athleticism. He jumps off the tape, and he played with Florida. Florida doesn't have any slouches when it comes down to secondary players, in typical traditional facets. So I would say that he definitely has the skill set. He has the build that Jesse Minter likes, but it's crowded in the quarterback room. I'm here to tell you, no matter what they want to do with him with quarterback or safety, I think that he's going to have uphill climb to be able to make this roster on the 53 man. I mean, practice squad isn't a death sentence, but I think he's going to have an uphill climb. Like I said, they signed Dante Jackson and Benjamin Shea Juice in the offseason. They drafted Tariq Still and Cam Hartz. That's 4 already. And 2 incumbents in Jahir Taylor and Dean Leonard. So there's already 6. He's the 7th. So, again, I don't know exactly what he's going to do as far as what his production is going to be like. But I will honestly say and arguably say that he's going to have to wow the coaches from day one in order to make the 53 man. There's a lot of people that you got to beat out. And I will focus on Jasir and Dean trying to beat them out for their spots and focus on special teams because he is the second to last pick in the draft. And, again, if he had to make a judgment call when the guys that you already had that, kind of giving you something that you like versus a guy that's unproven, he likely would be a practice squad candidate. But again, I like his size, I like his skill setup. It's a good value pick for them as well. But again, if he sits on the practice squad for a year, develops and gets used to just him in the system, I think he'll be okay in the long run. But he got to get acclimated and get a feel for what the coaches like to do. And we'll see what happens. But I mean, again, a good value pick, second to the last pick of the draft. I mean, can't be mad at it. Again, I give it overall decent grade. I give it a C. Like I said, because it's rough sledding out there regarding the room is crowded. So whether or not he'll make the 53-man roster, unless this really is a breakout player, we don't see it yet. It's gonna be uphill climb. So, but we'll see how he does and see how things go. But I like with the picks and with the draft the Chargers have done overall. So, solid. I'll give him probably about a B plus in regards to drafting in its entirety as we round out this video. But let me know in the comments how you feel about these guys. Picks 1 through 9 of all we picked. Rounds 1 through 7 with 9 picks in total. Rounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 5s, 2 6s, and 1 7. So let me know in the comments how you feel about these guys. Hit the subscribe button as always, man. And until next week, you got to always remember to bold up.